Welcome to the front line of modern warfare, where your skills as a drone operator will be put to the test. Let's start where it all began with a brief overview of the history of Ukraine and Russia. Before World War I, Ukraine was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, with many Ukrainians fighting for the Russian Empire, part of the Triple Entente. The war's immense human and economic costs on Russia resulted in widespread food shortages and social unrest, reaching climax during the February Revolution of 1917, which toppled the Tsarist monarchy. A provisional government emerged, but its short-lived rule was challenged by the Bolsheviks, led by Vladimir Lenin. The Bolsheviks, advocating for a communist state, staging the October Revolution in 1917, seizing power. During this period, Ukraine declared independence, sparking the Ukrainian War of Independence. The Bolsheviks ultimately won, establishing the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic within the newly formed Soviet Union in 1922. In the early 1930s, under Joseph Stalin's leadership, the Soviet Union implemented forced collectivization of agriculture in Ukraine. This policy, coupled with harsh grain requisitioning, resulted in a devastating famine known as the Holodomor, which only lasted 1 year. Estimates suggest 3.5 to 5 million people died, and over 300,000 migrated out of Ukrainian, with some considering it a deliberate act by Stalin to suppress Ukrainian nationalism. During World War II, Ukraine suffered immensely under Nazi occupation, with an estimated 7 million Ukrainian civilians losing their lives, including a significant portion of the Ukrainian Jewish population targeted in the Holocaust. The Soviet Union dissolved in 1991, and Ukraine declared its independence, solidifying its status as a sovereign nation with a new constitution adopted in 1996. Despite independence, Ukraine remained closely tied to Russia through economic and cultural bonds. However, tensions began to rise in the early 21st century, primarily due to Ukraine's aspirations for closer ties with the European Union and NATO, viewed by Russia as a security threat. In 2013, mass protests known as Euromaidan erupted in Ukraine, fueled by public discontent with the government's decision to abandon an association agreement with the European Union under pressure from Russia. The protests ultimately led to the overthrow of the pro-Russian government in 2014. This action caused Russia to invade and annex Crimea Peninsula, followed by armed Russian-backed separatists seizing government buildings in Donetsk and Luhansk, declaring them independent states. This led to clashes with Ukrainian forces. Russia initially denied but later admitted to providing military support to the separatists, acknowledging them as Russian combat veterans. The conflict in Ukraine escalated despite ceasefire agreements like the Minsk Protocol and Minsk II. Breaches led to heavy fighting, with key battles over Donetsk Airport and Debaltsev. The war settled into a stalemate with trench warfare, earning it the label of a frozen conflict. Despite a roadmap for peace in 2019, the conflict remained unresolved. Throughout 2021, tensions escalated and casualties mounted in the ongoing conflict between Ukrainian forces and pro-Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine. According to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, at least 30 civilians were killed and 79 injured in the region during 2021. Amidst the rising conflict, the lives of innocent civilians hung in a precarious balance, unaware of the tragedy that awaited. On February 24, 2022, the situation dramatically worsened when Russia formally recognized the independence of the breakaway Ukrainian regions of Donetsk and Luhansk. This move, widely condemned by the international community, was followed by Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24, 2022. The invasion became the largest attack on a European country since World War II, sparking the beginning of a complex and multifaceted conflict with far-reaching consequences. Notably, the extensive use of drones by both sides has significantly impacted the battlefield, raising concerns about civilian casualties and the potential for autonomous weapons. This conflict has served as a testing ground for drone technology, showcasing its effectiveness. Being able to destroy a $4 million tank with a drone that costs only $2,000, which is hard to hit and hard to destroy, is definitely worthwhile. As the conflict continues to unfold, the use of drones has become a game changer on the battlefield. These unmanned aerial vehicles offer a glimpse into the future of warfare, where technology and strategy intertwine. As you embark on this virtual journey, you will step into the shoes of a drone operator tasked with a critical mission. Your objective: to navigate the skies, gather intelligence, and strike strategic targets. The fate of the conflict rests in your hands. Are you ready to make your mark and change the course of history? The battle begins now. Hold control to crouch. There is a BM Grad shooting missiles at this location. Press E to grab the mortar and spacebar to jump. Press E to equip the drone with the mortar. Hit F for drone view. Use the mouse left click to go upwards and right click to go downwards. Use W and S keys for forward and backward. Find the grad and take it out. For a critical hit, focus on the truck's missile compartment. Circle above your target and press B once you're aligned. A direct hit there ensures total destruction. Anything less, and the truck remains a threat. Good hit. Now stay sharp and scan the area for more threats. Alert! A T-90 tank spotted. Press Z to get out of drone view, then move to the A1 MC drone now. Press and hold E to activate your drone, then press one key to enter its drone view. The mouse controls are inverted. Aim for the tank's top, center, or middle for a catastrophic kill. Don't let him get near. It is important to reflect on the real-world impact of the conflict depicted. According to a statement made by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on February 25, 2024, the war in Ukraine has resulted in the loss of 31,000 Ukrainian soldiers. Additionally, since 2014, there have been reports of 30,000 civilian casualties and 20,000 injuries. A declassified U.S. intelligence report from mid-December 2023 estimated that approximately 315,000 Russian troops have been killed or wounded in the conflict. This staggering figure represents about 87% of Russia's pre-war military strength, underscoring the devastating toll on both sides. To put this into context, the entire Afghanistan-Pakistan war zone has seen a total of 243,000 deaths since 2001, with more than 70,000 of those being civilians. This includes the war in Afghanistan, the Balochistan conflict, and the insurgency in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, with the latter two still ongoing. This comparison serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need for peaceful resolutions and the importance of preventing further loss of life in global conflicts. Furthermore, the Office of the Prosecutor General of Ukraine reported on September 29, 2023, the documentation of 108,904 potential war crimes by Russian forces, adding to the grievous toll of the war. To support those affected by the conflict in Ukraine, consider donating to reputable organizations working on the ground. The Ukrainian Red Cross provides essential aid within Ukraine, while the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees focuses on assisting refugees fleeing the conflict. UNICEF, another vital UN agency, offers humanitarian aid, particularly for children impacted by the war. Your contribution can make a significant difference in the lives of those in need. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. Albert Einstein.